Hey guys, welcome back to Coin Knowledge. So today I want to look at Shrapnel and Shrapnel's native token now that it is launched and it's been out for a couple weeks now. And we're going to go over a big question that I get a lot in the comments about Shrapnel whenever I talk about it on other videos. And that is the difference in the circulating market cap and the fully diluted market cap. So we'll go over that throughout this video, cover what Shrapnel is if you're not familiar with it. And then towards the end, I'll kind of give you my honest opinion about where the future of Shrapnel could maybe be in the next bull cycle. But let me know. We'll talk about in the comments below after the video. And if you guys can subscribe to the channel, your support means a lot. But we'll get into Shrapnel here. If you're not familiar with what Shrapnel is that it is a kind of a first-person extraction shooter on the Avalanche blockchain. So it's actually one of the more quality games building in the space, honestly, today, that I would say, especially one that has a native governance or a native token out. Shrapnel is definitely one of the top quality, definitely the most quality FPSs that I see building in crypto gaming right now. And we actually covered Shrapnel on this channel about a year ago. So they have been building throughout the bear market. So again, we'll be covering the Shrap token today. And if we look here at what Shrapnel is all about. So again, it is an extraction style. So it does focus on extraction, high stakes, multi-stage session, event that encourages risk taking and reward skill. There's gear crafting, operator classes. You can craft different skins, different maps. Then obviously they have their community about it, and they're launching their game. I know they're launching something with their game about in December of this year. It might just be a playtest or an alpha, but if we look here at the team's Twitter, the Shrapnel Twitter, we can see some of the in-game gameplay right here. It looks quality to me. It reminds me a lot of like Call of Duty almost. Obviously, not on the Call of Duty level. I mean, you're talking about a project with maybe not even the same budget, obviously, but Shrapnel does look very quality in my opinion. So if we can look here at the Shrapnel token, which is the main topic of today's video, so even right now at a $43 million market cap, I think that Shrapnel is super undervalued as far as market cap evaluation goes. We can see that they did launch earlier in November at about around 10 cents. And then, like most new tokens do, it did dip down a little bit to like that 7 to 8 cents. But honestly, and granted, yeah, we're in more of a bullish market than we have been for the last 2 years. So we saw that they spiked right back up to about 15 to 10 cents. And honestly, I've been looking at getting more of an accumulation under 10 cents, but it really depends on what Bitcoin's going to do, especially with all the Binance news. But that's another video that should be made. But if we see here, obviously we saw Shrapnel break over that 2022 mark. So, but again, my opinion, Shrapnel is still super undervalued, but what scares off a lot of people is that they see the circulating market cap is 43 million, and then the fully diluted is almost 600 million, with only 7.73% of the Shrap token in supply. Again, building on Avalanche. They do have their own subnet, the Shrap subnet, which would utilize the Shrap token itself, also worth making note of. So if you look at Shrapnel's white paper, you can either find the white paper on their website or down here on their CoinMarketCap listing, and it should be in the same place on CoinGecko roughly. White paper, it'll take you here. So on page 16, 17, we can look at the tokenomics here, that they're actually not that bad. So it is issued as an ERC20 token and deployed on an Avalanche shortly afterwards. At the token Genesis event, or the TGE, 3 billion Shrap tokens will be created as the total supply, which will never increase. So obviously worth making note, this is a breakdown. You can either pause the video or you can take a look at it here or go in the white paper yourself and do your own research, as I always recommend, because none of this is financial advice. So if you look at Shrapnel and the token unlock schedule, it is worth noting that right now at the time of the TGE, which was earlier this month, the token generation event, it actually wasn't that much tokens that were put into supply. And then even afterwards, like the team, advisor, all that, we see most of the major unlocks aren't even going to be until 12 months after the token launch. So we're talking about early November of 2024, which by then, I think obviously with that Bitcoin halving early next year, and then the full peak of the bull market which is either getting speculated to be end of 24, beginning of 25. Who really knows? But I mean, that's plenty of time to hold on to this project if it's one that fits your portfolio, obviously. And then they do have an ecosystem fund that will be getting vested out in about 6 months, and then it's a very linear unlock afterwards. But honestly, at that point, we'll probably be back into a bear market, so I wouldn't even hold anything during that time. Just my honest opinion. But if you look at the Shrapnel or the Shrap token unlock schedule, Again, we can see here that it's very gradual for the first 12 months, almost very minuscule for the first 12 months. And then, yes, it ramps up immediately. But again, this time where you see the graph kind of go berserk, my guess is that we're going to be in a full bear market after the bull market. So, more than likely, just like we saw in the last 2 years, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to be holding immediately after all the tokens really start coming out. At that point, you should have sold your bags. If you haven't, then you're going to be holding to the next cycle anyways, or just cut your loss. But we'll cover that obviously when we get closer to the time. But either way, I thought it was worth noting and making a video here that, again, the tokenomics aren't as bad as people say. And in my opinion, we can compare Shrapnel to two projects that did very, very well last bull cycle. So we look at Axie Infinity. Now, yes, obviously these are the different layer or different kind of games, but at the time when Axie Infinity last bull cycle led the charge, it was not a great game. And I know that gets talked about a lot, and some people disagree. I do agree, it was not a great game. People were playing that game only because they were making money in it. But and again, at the time, last bull run, we didn't have a lot of quality games that people wanted to play, without money even involved. They just wanted to play. Shrapnel, now we have those games, and Shrapnel being one of them, a AAA game that people are actually going to want to play at a $40 million market cap. So we can see that here that Axie Infinity was about a $40 million market cap, and about 12 months later, almost 12 months, it climbed up to a 9.6, almost $10 billion market cap for like a 2D game where it was just like some blobs moving across a screen that made pretty okay money at the top. Yes, the games came a long way since then. This is not a hate video on Axie Infinity. I'm just pointing out the facts that it was not a great game at last bull run. It was not. I played it too. It was not a great game. But still, Axie Infinity, a 2D game pretty much at the time, a click to play, got to $10 billion in market cap. You know how insane that is? $10 billion? And now we're looking at Shrapnel, a quality AAA FPS game, which we know that first-person shooters do very well in Web 2 gaming. And we look at Call of Duty, Tarkov, Warzone. I guess Fortnite's not really an FPS at third person, but still, just shooters in general and battle royales do very well. So it's at a $43 million market cap, and we know the majority of the tokens. Obviously, there's no token unlocks for the most part until early November of 24, and I think that we'll be seeing positive bull run price markets or price movements way before early November of next year. That's my opinion though, but time will tell. So I mean, we're looking at Axie Infinity, one game, almost $10 billion in market cap. We look at another game. Obviously, Axie Infinity beat all of crypto gaming last run. It wasn't even comparable, but Illuvium, which was another quality game at the time also, and it still is one of the better quality games in crypto gaming today. They still got to a $1.13 billion market cap. And granted, they got to that as the bull run was starting to kind of dwindle down a little bit. We saw that blow off top a little bit. But at the peak, still over $1 billion in market cap. And at that time, Illuvium wasn't that solid of a game. I can't remember if it even was much of a game at that point. It was more of a concept. Now, yeah, sure, it's a game now. But still, $1 billion for an idea, a good-looking idea. Crazy how Shrapnel has a working product and looks the way it does and is getting the attention it is. And I think that big thing with Shrapnel, with the FPS style that they're going, an extraction shooter, is that it has a lot of streamability. What I mean by that is that your favorite Web 2 content creators, even Web 3, with the audiences that they have, they imagine if they streamed this game, streamed them playing it, they got into competitions. That's where you're gonna get all the viewers jumping into this game also, and more of that mass adoption from their audience coming into the space. So something to make note of. So Shrapnel, in my opinion, where do I think Shrapnel could go? I can see Shrapnel easily breaking Illuvium's all-time highs as far as market cap goes, evaluation market cap goes. So yeah, I could think Shrapnel can break $1 billion next bull run. Not a problem. Honestly, not a problem. And they're building on Avalanche, which I think Avalanche by itself is going to get its own, obviously, gaming on Avalanche bull run narrative right there. And they have their own subnet. So who knows, what other projects are going to come onto the Shrapnel chain or Shrapnel subnet. We've seen it before with other projects in the past. It doesn't have to just be Shrapnel, but again, time will tell. And obviously it is high risk, as with anything in crypto. It is one individual game versus like an infrastructure play like other projects we talked about on this channel. So please do with that information as you will. But I just wanted to clear up, again, the tokenomics issue or dispute here, dilation, because I get it in the comments a lot lately about, hey, there's not that many tokens out. It looks pretty scary. It's almost, it's over a 10x in dilation from circulating to fully diluted. Yes, but again, keep in mind that we still have about 12 months for the other tokens to be hitting the circulating supply. So that's about a year, you know, 12 to 11 months at the time of this recording until you really have to worry about that. And by the time we're worrying about that, I mean, I think even the token unlocks in next November, December probably aren't going to do a whole lot for the price since we'll be in a bull run more than likely. Again, not guaranteeing that. No one can guarantee that, but more than likely we're going to probably be in a bull run, bull market setting more than we are now. This isn't even like a full-blown bull run, just a mini pump, in my opinion. It could be the beginning of one, probably is, but either way, guys, that's just, again, just clearing up some information, miscommunication on the Shrapnel token. And again, where I think it could go, could it get to where Axie Infinity did as far as market cap next bull run? I don't know. I hope so. That'd be awesome. I wouldn't even complain. That'd be very, very cool. Could it do $4 billion in market cap? So it could 100x from here. I don't know. I hope so. I could see, maybe it could, but at the same time, it depends if the players are going to like the game, they're going to get into the game. Who knows? Players are everything when it comes to individual gaming projects like this. But let me know in the comments below. Do you guys like Shrapnel? Do you like what you see with Shrapnel? Is this a game that you think that you can see yourself playing? Have you seen other people play it? If not, look into the gameplay. Let me know. Come back. Tell me your thoughts on the game. We'll talk about it in the comments below. If you guys can like the video, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share the video. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right. See you guys.